Dr. Robert Saz was a Hungarian-born American psychiatrist academic of the last century, really. He passed in 2012 at the ripe old age of 92, and he was a bit of a renegade. He was a free thinker. He was kind of counterculture in his own profession. He basically disagreed with some of the fundamental tenets of psychiatry, and he was pretty vocal about it. But I don't think any of his colleagues in psychiatry would say that he wasn't a brilliant man who contributed a lot. And he said this: the stupid neither forgive nor forget. The naive forgive and forget. The wise forgive, but they do not forget. Let's unpack that a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be stupid. I don't want to be foolish. I think what Dr. Saz was saying, I think he was aware of what hopefully we all are now, those of us who've followed Forgiveness Friday since the beginning of the year. If you haven't, go back and look. All the data, all the research around forgiveness from the Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, Stanford University, Duke University, the International Forgiveness Foundation, and on and on and on. The data that says clearly that forgiveness is good for us. It literally produces physiological changes in our bodies that are good for us. The data that also says it's not only good for us physically, it's good for us mentally, it's good for us socially, and it's also good for others. It's good for everybody around us who shares our space and our environment, including offenders and perpetrators, people who've hurt us, people who've done something against us, because it creates a safer space for them to actually look at and confront and be honest with themselves about what they did when they've been forgiven. Now, some offender perpetrators will step into that space, and therefore forgiveness can facilitate real change and transformation. Of course, we all know that a lot of people don't change. It's their choice, right? So we don't want to be naive. We don't want to forgive and forget. I will never forget what Dan did to Jesse. I'm going to forget my name before I forget what Dan did to Jesse. People have hurt you. People have harmed us, haven't they? And we don't want to ever forget it. We want to be open and have forgiving hearts, open to the possibility of transformation and change, but also aware of the possibility of no change and no transformation, right? We don't want to be stupid and blind to the benefits of forgiveness. We don't want to be naive and blind to, we don't want to miss it when people have already told us who they are, especially if they're not changing, right? But don't you want to be wise too? And because the wise forgive, but they do not forget. We want to take advantage of and capitalize on the very real physical, mental, social, spiritual, psychological benefits of forgiveness. But we also don't want to put ourselves in vulnerable positions unnecessarily by forgetting who somebody is, unless they're clearly showing signs of transformation and change. Yes? The stupid never forgive or forget. The naive forgive and forget. The wise forgive, but they do not forget.